Hey there, welcome to lesson 13. Congratulations on making it through the other lessons and to this last lesson before you attempt your summative. So, in this lesson, we are going to continue to explore the use of conditional statements to take user input. If you remember way back towards the beginning of the semester, we talked about what makes a computer a computer. And one of those things was that it takes user input. And user input can be anything. In the last lesson, we worked with keystroke, so pressing the keys down. But user input can also be a mouse. It could be a touch screen. So there's a wide variety of things that user input can be. However, for this lesson, we are going to focus on using our mouse. We're going to also learn about the key went up code, and then mouse did move, mouse down, mouse went down, and mouse went up. We're also going to learn a new property called sprite.visible, and then we're going to add to our if statements by adding an else. So this would kind of sound like if we go straight and there is a left, turn left, else continue moving forward. So a couple things that are going to help us as we move towards creating our interactive card and later on, if you're interested, games. Okay, so in level 2, we are going to use the mouse X and Y. One of the simplest ways to take input is to make a sprite follow the user's mouse position. You can get the X and Y location of the mouse using world.mouseX and world.mousey. This follows the pattern you learned with sprite properties. World is the name of the object. Mouse X and mouse Y are the names of the properties. Do this. You are going to make a bee sprite follow the mouse around the game area. The bee image is already loaded in the animation tab for you. Create a bee sprite that draws in the center of the window. Inside the draw loop, update the position of the sprite to the position of the mouse. Set the X position of the sprite to the value of world.mouseX. Set the Y position of the sprite to the value of world.mousey. Run the program to test that it works. All right, so there's a lot happening here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to just pop into my animation tab, and I see I have my bee. Okay, so I need to build my sprite variable. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to tell the computer I'm creating a variable sprite named bee, and that it should set the sprite's animation, bee's animation, to bee. Okay. I also know that at some point I'm going to need a draw sprite, so I'm going to go ahead and add that in here. Let me see. So the bee image is already loaded into the animation tab. Create a bee sprite that draws in the center of the window. Okay, and I know it looks like I have a background that is light blue or maybe sky blue. So sky blue. And I'm going to come down here and just pull out a couple comments. So I have my background. Let's see here. Draw loop, update the position of the sprite to position. I'm just going to make a note for myself here that sprite. Oops. Mouse. Okay. All right. So first thing I'm going to check is that my bee is drawing correctly in the center. And it is. Cool. Okay, so now I need to, inside the draw loop, update the position of the sprite. So I guess I'm going to come to my sprite proper. Actually, no, here it is. In draw is my world mouse X. Okay. So I'm going to set the position. Nope, can't do that yet. So I guess I do need to go in here. Okay. So I'm going to grab my sprites position. So I have my X, have my Y, maybe. Okay. Make sure I change my labels to B. Now I'm going to go back to world and let's see here. I want mouse X and mouse Y. Okay, let's reset and let's see here. Cool. So it looks like the bee follows my mouse around the game area. Very cool. So I'm going to go ahead and click finish and move on to the next level. Okay, random around point. Now that you can make the bee follow the mouse, let's make a bee fly around the mouse as shown in the picture on the right. In order to do this, you will need to add a random amount between -50 and 50 to the mouse X or mouse Y. Do this. You already have a bee sprite that follows the mouse. Update the X and Y location to be randomly close to the mouse. Add a random number between -50 and 50 to the world X mouse and the world Y, or the world.mouse Y. If necessary, use world.frameBlock to slow down the animation and find the best frame rate. Okay. So, guess I'm going to drag out my frame rate. Put that there. Change this to 10 to slow it down. And if I remember correctly, I can't move that there. So I wonder, does it work if I add my random number up here and make this -50 and this 50? Let's see, does this work? Let's see what happens if I change the frame rate. Nope. Okay, so I am missing something here. Can I drag this down here? No. What about, can I drag this into here? Oh, okay. I'm going to drag this off the screen. Drag this off the screen. I'm going to drag, I don't want to drag the whole, I'm going to drag my world mouse out. And I'm going to try putting a random number here. And then will it let me do maybe I need to create some more variables. Let's come up here. Okay, so I'm going to try and create a variable for world mouse X. And this one, -50 and 50. Let's do this one instead. Okay. Maybe I'm onto something, maybe I'm not. Sometimes the only way you can learn is by trial and error. Let's see here. Okay. Let's see. Oops, no. Cannot set property which only has a getter. Darn. Okay, so that's not going to work. Drag those out and drag those out. Okay, so that didn't work. Maybe this needs to be like a counter pattern. Okay, I'm going to come down here and I'm going to drag this in here. And so let's see. So maybe I can make it move. I think I'm going to have to go into text in order to finish this up. So I'm going to do -50 plus 50. And then down here, random number, world -50. Oops, plus 50. Okay. Let's cross our fingers and see if this one works. Yay! It was a counter pattern. All right. So my B is going really fast. So I'm going to come over here. Let's slow down the world frame rate. We'll do 30. Okay, cool. It's a little bit slower. So challenge, add 3 more bees that follow the mouse in the same way to make a swarm of bees. So I definitely encourage you to do the challenge. We should be able to go back to blocks here. What would you do to add in 3 more bees? And how would you make them all move in the same way to make a swarm of bees? I bet you can figure it out. Once you're done, go ahead, hit finish, and move on to the next level.